some of the stuff I want to talk about today is dreams. I want to talk about work. I want to talk about success. Work has to be meaningful and with a purpose. Work for the sake of staying busy is most of the time unproductive. Have you ever known somebody who's always busy? Basically they're just scurrying about and zoom, 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 moving, but never gets anything done? You ever seen somebody like that in your life at some point? So meaningful, consistent work with a plan, that's what leads to success. Proverbs 16:3 says, in one translation, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will succeed. The plan is your dreams, the dreams that God has placed deep inside of you. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Those plans are to give us a hope and a future. So one thing that I drew from this is he doesn't keep them secret. He places them within your heart, the dreams, the plans, they're there. So if his plan gives us hope, right? What's hope? Hope is a confident expectation of good for the future. That's what it is. It is our confident expectation that God is who he says he is. He's God. And he's going to do what he said he's going to do. I can bank on it. I can look at that book and I can go, this is what he promises. If I'm not seeing this in my life, there's something wrong with me. There's not something wrong with him. God's a good God. And he never lies to us. Psalm 37:4 says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. We were going through a situation trying to acquire our farm, our land. And Lord spoke to Tari in prayer and in study one day. And he said that he will give us the desires of our heart. It's not that we just get everything that we wish for or that, woohoo, blank check, here we go. That's not it. He supplies them. He puts things in our heart that we need, that we should be wanting to do. He puts those things there. Those desires, those dreams that he puts in place, they're important. You need to look back from the time that you're a kid, because I promise you, the Lord God Almighty places things within you. And you know what? It ain't too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you only got one day left. It ain't too late. God is the God of suddenlies. He can turn things on a dime. Pick them back up. Walk forward with them. Live in your dreams. Live in those things that God's placed in your heart. Walk out in those things. Dreams require sacrifice. Seriously? Come on. Really? How many times do you see the word sacrifice in the Word? Lots. Jesus Christ accomplished a lot, but you know what? There are things that you still have to commit to. There are still things that you got to give up. How about dying to self? Is that not a sacrifice? Because I promise you, it's easier to walk uncommitted than it is to walk committed. My dad used to use a line that, the path of least resistance makes men and streams crooked. So it's easy to take the easy path. But how about picking up the machete and carving out a path for yourself and for others? Maybe a way that's been unwalked. That's what's hard. And if you think life's easy, you ain't been here long enough, or you haven't paid attention. Life is not easy. It requires work. It requires getting out there and going after it. You can take the path of least resistance, but I promise you, you will be left unfulfilled. I'll just put it that way. You will not fulfill everything that you were meant to do. You will not bring about everything that you were supposed to. Because you were called for a purpose. And he called you before the foundations of the world. He knows the plan. Submit to the plan. It's really all it takes.